Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix from that green to that red. So in other words, I'm using the one green from that side, that's like the primary green, well, the secondary green and the primary red. Just going to mix across the two just to see where we go with it. So I'm going to start, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'll start with the red. So bang. Notice I've just taped these up using this tape. Just, you don't need to tape it, but I quite like just having the nice edges, whatever. So again, don't worry too much. So look, now what I'm going to do, let's just put a bit more red in there. Get really solid. It may look more like an orange in the camera there because the light's very strong on it. But anyway, so basically I just want to put a little bit, a little tiny bit. That might even be too, no, actually for that red that'll be all right because there's quite a lot of red there. Let's just see what happens to that red. I think it needs to be slightly deeper than that just to make sure we can see a difference, but not a lot. So be patient with this. Look, I'm just going to dab a bit there to see what it looks like against that. Now it needs to be a bit more than that. So you can always use, as I say, just that's quite useful just to have that little bit there. So yeah, that's enough of a difference, I think. I don't know if you can tell that again from that camera. Oof, it's very similar, but it is a little bit darker. So yeah, it is a bit darker. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, let's just chuck a bit more. Look, that might need to just put quite a bit more in there. Actually, there's quite a lot of that colour there, so might need to section that off in a minute, but I'll show what I mean, because we want to get to that colour. So now oh, that's nice. Look at that. See where it's going? See where that goes? That is going to a nice, that's a brick red, but it's going down to a nice, beautiful, warm browny colour. Okay. Now I'd say that's heading towards, you can get raw sienna, or you can get burnt sienna. I reckon that's like a burnt sienna. That is, you can buy that from the tube, from the shops, but again, you don't need to, because basically you can mix all these colours. I want a little bit of that green left, hopefully. So I'm just gonna really, we need to get there quite quick, otherwise we're going to lose, we won't have enough paint. I can always mix that green again, that's not a problem. I'm not telling myself I've got to do it in X amount of steps. It doesn't matter, it's just to experience the colour mixing and the different colours that you get to. Right, so now let's just take a bit of that out and whack a bit more of that, quite a bit more green in. So I'm going to go turn the corner pretty quick. Look at that, that is such a gorgeous colour. Woo-hoo. So that's a serious deep brown now. That's beautiful. Again, I don't know how well you can see that in your on the screen there, because it may not be getting the colours correctly, but that is gorgeous. So now I really want to turn the corner. So I think what I'm going to do is going to get rid of a lot of that paint from that brush, and then just move over a bit quicker to the greeny side. So now you can see we're heading towards green. So let's just not go to crazy quick, otherwise it won't look similar enough to that previous colour. I'm running out of colour here, you see that, so I might need to replenish the stocks. Oh, that's not green enough, right. So there it is, it's more of a grey. That's more getting towards the grey now. Can you see that? Don't know if you can see that. Anyway, so so we need to get towards this green. I'm getting a bit like, we're gonna have enough green here. So there, look, that's another step there. So it's not very well mixed, but it doesn't matter. And also, because it's a bit thin, it's quite difficult to see that colour consistently. But when you do it, when you do this yourself, you'll be able to see the colours much more consistently. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to need a little bit of, so look, as I say, it doesn't matter. Don't get paranoid, or paranoid is not the right word. Don't get panicky, sorry, that's a ridiculous word to use, panicky about the colours. Too much blue there, I can tell already that's going to knock that yellow right out. So I want to get it somewhere like that. So let's just go in there, bang, tiny bit of that. Oh, of course it's going to have that red mixed in with it as well, but that's where we want to get to that anyway. But that's near enough. What's wrong with that? So a little tiny bit of that in there. Ooh, actually, yeah. And I think then the next step finally will be the green. I just go to the green. Look at that green. That's a really lovely, deep, solid earth, almost like an earthy green, because it's got that red, that browny sort of mix in there. So it's much more natural, I think, than that green. But the next step can be that green. So let's just wash the brush out and quickly mix a little bit of that green again. Just do it. No worries, we're just going to do it. Ching, ching. Yeah. And that is very close. So just a tiny little bit more of that. Oh, look at that. See, not far off. That'll do. What are you worried about? Oh, it's a bit brighter than that, so just a tiny bit more blue. Mix it in there. And now we've managed to get to that green. Well, a brighter version of that green. Actually, look, it's not that bright. It's almost bang on. Who's complaining? It's because it's quite thin and the paper's coming through. You know, a lot of the white paper's coming through. Done. So now I'm going to move on to the next one, but I will probably speed the film up so it won't bore you too much, but it's the same principle. Okay, now the other thing is, look, wipe the brush off, just chuck it in the water for a moment. And the other thing is, look, ta-da-da. Isn't that a pretty sight? Maybe it's not for you, but it is for me. So what I'll do is I won't bother to take that one off because I can use it for this one and so on. Okay.